Hey YouTube, coming at you today with a plant that I got at the Ohio Cichlid Association extravaganza. When you go to these big shows, there are people in a bunch of the rooms, 50, 100, depending on the size of the event, that have opened the doors up to their rooms and they're selling plants, food, whatever, fish, out of their rooms. And in a lot of cases, it's almost as much fun to do those rooms as it is to do the rest of the conference. Speakers are great, all the people are great, but shopping in rooms, walking down a hallway full of doors that have lists of fish and plants and food and shrimp on their front door is pretty exciting and a very interesting thing to do if you're a fish keeper. It's one of the draws of big conferences and hotels. So one of the people I ran across was Mark Huffman, Mark of Excellent Aquatics, and he had some plants on sale. So I got myself, and you can see my t-shirt. I got myself a pretty nice Amazon sword. And because it was in kind of rough shape, Mark gave me a really good deal on it. Now, I'm going to need to trim some of these dead leaves off, because some of them are in pretty bad shape. And I want to do a little bit on treating plants. Now there's lots of ways you can do it. Some people use potassium permanganate. Some people, well, there's lots of different ways to do it. But the way we're going to do it this time is bleach. So the recipe is 1 cup of bleach, not concentrated bleach, regular bleach, to 19 cups of water. So I have a 5-gallon bucket here, and I'm going to, once I get these leaves trimmed off a little bit, I'm going to soak this plant after I get it out of its fiberglass. Now he said this plant was in the bag for 10 days, so it's kind of had a rough go of it. And to get all the fiberglass out, you're going to have to tear some roots. And while you don't want to tear all the roots off, it's not going to hurt the plant to trim some of the roots off, nor to break a few when you're pulling this fiberglass off. Now rinsing it will help. It's always a good idea to run water over the plant. And what I've got here is 1 5-gallon bucket with tap water, which already has chlorine in it, and 4 gallons of water, and 3 cups of bleach in it. Concentrated bleach, regular bleach. And I'm going to dip this plant for about 2 or 3 minutes. Now remember, never touch bleach with your hands. It's terrible for your skin. Your complexion will be bad. So what we're doing here is we're killing off snails, parasites, pathogens, bacteria, infections, so that they won't get transferred into the tank. Now, a lot of people will tell you to put your new plants in a quarantine if you don't trust the source. Now, I don't distrust this source, but I don't know it that well either, so I'm doing this as a prophylactic to try not to, because my quarantine tank is only 20 gallons and it's not going to hold this sword, plus it's got hard water in it. So I'm not going to risk the rest of the plant for something like that. Okay. I'm going to work this up pretty good, try to get some more of the, and remember, don't touch bleach with your hand. Do as I say, not as I do. Well, that's a pretty good soak. And I've sloshed it around quite a bit. A lot of the fiberglass is coming out. Plant feels nice and slippery because of all the bleach on it. Okay, and I've also got a 5-gallon bucket of tank water, old tank water here. And it's going to go in there next. Now you can add dechlor. You can do any number of things to make sure that the plant no longer has bleach in it when it goes in your tank. Now that was a Amazon sword Bleiberi. Doris Bleiberi. And I'm sure I'm butchering the name. But it's a good background plant, mid plant, and it's a nice big one. And I've been looking to try to add some height in my tank. Okay. And be sure to clean your hands before you go back into the tank if you touched bleach with your hands. And don't get any on your nice new black t-shirt. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the swag I got at the Ohio Cichlid Association. I went looking for some teleocyclas, and of course I didn't find any. But I did find some meat pie rapace, which is no longer being manufactured, and Stefan Tanner from Swiss Tropicals still has it. I highly recommend that. I also got his recipe, some Fruit Loops. I'm hoping my plecos will enjoy that. I got Extreme Aquatics scavenger pellets, and I got Northfin Carnivore formula. Mostly these are different kinds of foods I'm trying to get my plecos to eat. They swagged me some Community, some krill. I got some omega-1 super color cichlid pellets, and I also talked to John Patakos from Neptune Aquatics, who I caught in his room selling, and I got some Plecocane number 4 for my plecos. I also picked up a copy of Back to Nature Ingo Seidel's book, the OCA book. And I got the Holy Grail, the signature in the note. I got some copies of Amazonas, which I've been wanting. And my point is that when you go to one of these shows, you don't have to just buy fish. There's plants, there's food for your fishes. There's a lot of different things that you can get at one of these shows. Not to mention the camaraderie that you get with people who have that same glazed look in their eye as you do when you go into a fish store. All right, I'm going to let that plant soak for a little while and open up my tank, wash my hands off, and we'll plant that plant. Wanted to re-stress that it's 1 cup of bleach per 19 cups of water. Now I'm rocking my Imperial Tropicals shirt that I got from Mike. It was really great to meet Derek and Jacob. You guys are great. Anybody that wants to help support a business that is really working to improve the quality of fish stock and support the hobby should be talking to Mike at Imperial Tropicals. There's lots of other great sellers out there, don't get me wrong, but I'm really strong on Imperial Tropicals. Also wanted to rock the back of this shirt again. Excellent show. Okay, let's get this plant in the tank. reasons that I say it doesn't hurt to trim root balls on plants is because a lot of times inside of a pot, plant roots will get pot bound. They start going around in a circle instead of going down and out like they should. So it doesn't really hurt to take some of the root structure off of them. You don't want to cut too much. And there we go. So once again, I'd like to highly recommend to anyone that they make the effort to go out to these big shows that are happening all over the country and experience at least once what it's like to be in a crowd of hundreds or thousands of people that feel just the same way about the hobby as you do. So good luck, you two.